I did my presentation on Alzheimer's, and basically I'm going to be diving deeper into the biological and physiological levels it has on a person. And basically, I just want to start with an introduction. What is Alzheimer's? Alzheimer's is a disease that's the most common form of dementia. It's a brain disorder that slowly destroys a person's memory and thinking skills. It's characterized by a loss of cognitive functioning, thinking, remembering, and reasoning. And basically, the thing with Alzheimer's is it starts with the brain, but over the years, the person will begin to lose the ability to walk or even talk. And a big risk factor is age, and over 6 million Americans age 65 are actually have Alzheimer's, and it's the seventh leading cause of death. So it's a very important disease that affects a lot of people, and so it should really be recognized and be talked about. An overview, we have to talk about the impact of the hippocampus, the cellular level, genetics, MRI, and psychological impacts. So the hippocampus, it's for learning and memory. It's a very small structure located deep in the brain. It helps, again, with forming episodic memories, which are memories of personal experiences. And basically, what happens is it's one of the first regions affected by Alzheimer's. And basically, the area experiences rapid tissue loss. It's called atrophy. And it's linked to a loss of communication between the hippocampus and other parts of the brain. And as the disease progresses, the hippocampus does begin to degenerate and die. And it's caused by a buildup of abnormal proteins. And basically, when it dies, it causes the damage causes memory loss and difficult learning new information. So now onto the cellular level. Increasing evidence shows that glial cells, especially microglia and astrocytes, are essential to the initiation and progression of Alzheimer's. And microglia cells are immune cells in the brain. They help remove waste and protect neurons. And when they become overreacted, instead of protecting the brain, they actually damage healthy neurons. And astrocytes are support cells, and they provide nutrients and communication between brain cells. And when they become in the Alzheimer's disease, they become reactive and lose their ability to properly support neurons. And they can also cause inflammation and worsen brain damage. So basically, they do play major roles in the brain to begin with, but Alzheimer's, it can actually cause really critical damage, and it does play a major role. And actually, there is some research going on that they're trying to develop a new treatment, and they're focusing on the cellular level, trying to see if maybe there's a way to kind of stop this from happening. So another thing is genetic risks, genetic influence, and there's several links linked to the development, APOE, APP, and Preslin genes. And the most important gene is the APOE gene, especially the APOE4 version. And this version increases the risk of Alzheimer's by making it harder for the brain to clear amyloid plaques by increasing inflammation. APP is responsible for producing a gene that can turn to amyloid beta, which is built up in the brain, and it forms plaques and damages neurons. And basically, the Preslin genes also help by produce the same thing, amyloid beta, and can lead to a reduction of plaques, especially in early onset Alzheimer's. And basically, they contribute to brain cell damage, especially in this hippocampus, and this leads to memory loss. So these genes really do play an important factor. And the research method I chose was MRI. MRI scans use strong magnetic and radio waves to create detailed images for the brain. And an MRI is used to look for physical damage in the brain, which is important in finding shrinkage or atrophy of the hippocampus and other parts of the brain that are responsible for memory and learning. And it basically shows how, like, the hippocampus especially shrinks, and basically the progression of the Alzheimer's disease from a healthy brain to a normal brain. And and so there are psychological impacts as well that I want to talk about. Depression, anxiety, apathy, which is motivational defects of loss of goal-directed cognition and action and emotion. And basically depression, anxiety, apathy, aggression, hallucination, confusions, these are all psychological impacts and all affect a person, and it can cause a lot of these symptoms, and it can really affect a person with Alzheimer's and their daily lives. And that is it. In conclusion, Alzheimer's disease is more than just memory loss. It involves genetic factors, brain cell damage, and changes in important areas like the hippocampus. These changes lead to cognitive decline and also affect behavior and motivation. And MRIs help doctors see these brain changes. It's a complex disease and affects the entire brain. Thank you.